What is the worst health advice you've been given? Just push through whenever you're sick. If you can get to a doctor's office for a doctor's certificate, you can get to school, college, work. That if I had just made my body more alkaline, I wouldn't have had Hodgkin's lymphoma. That's not how any of this works. At all. Doctor said certain pain is normal as you get older. Turns out it was cancer. When I had an urinary tract infection, someone told me to wash my vagina with vinegar. I was having chest pains and I went to my primary doctor. She said she'd send me to cardiology, if you want me to. I decided to go. Lots of folks may have waited or decided not to go given the doctor's lack of concern. Went to cardiology. Doctor said I could do a treadmill test, which I had passed the year before just fine, or I could get an angiogram. It was up to me. The angiogram has some risk but is more accurate. I went with the angiogram. I had a 90% blockage of the widowmaker artery. I was a ticking time bomb. I got stents, changed my lifestyle, and I've been great for 6 years. Bottom line, if you don't feel right, get checked out and advocate for yourself. Doctors will let you die if you choose not to pursue treatment. The school nurse telling me to tilt my head back for a bloody nose. That was an awful experience. I was not the recipient of this advice, but I had a coworker proudly say how small her new grandchild was when they were born, and that her daughter smoked her whole pregnancy to try and have a smaller baby. This was in like 2010, not the 1960s for reference. ETA. Smoked cigarettes. Clarified, since that can mean more than one thing. If you have pale skin, get just a little sunburnt every day so that your skin will learn to get a tan. That's how everyone else does it. My solar keratosis skin cancers would beg to disagree. My primary doctor kept telling me that nothing was wrong with my thyroid. And I was a hypochondriac. I had been told at 12 years old that I had thyroid issues, and she told me that doctor was wrong. I had to see a whole other doctor to get a referral to the endocrinologist because she literally refused to refer me to one. The endocrinologist said I had scarring all over my thyroid. I had Hashimoto's, and my levels were horrible. And she didn't know what the doctor was talking about. She said she was glad I advocated for myself. From a boomer to me, working in a warehouse that had no AC during a heat wave in summer. You sweat so much because you drink too much liquid. I had severe digestive problems if I ate too much. More than about 700 calories a day. I would spend days on end throwing up. Even water. Walking helped with digestion, but it was tough because it took so many calories. I lost 50 pounds in 5 months. My gastroenterologist blamed it on menstruation. Ignore it till you can't anymore, then get it checked out. I tell myself that anyway. From a physician's assistant, don't see a dermatologist. You'll just embarrass yourself. This comment was regarding a teensy spot on my stomach that wouldn't quite heal. A month later, I went anyway. 2 operations later, they got all the skin cancer out. The reason I saw the PA was because my doctor went to some kind of concierge service where I had to pay another $1,000 a year on top of health insurance to get the good care. I refused. Needless to say, I dropped him after that. I was told my mental health issues were caused by my parents being different flavors of Christian, which left a gap so the devil could get in. A friend of mine was in horrible pain, and was repeatedly told by multiple doctors that she should stop complaining and just get used to it because periods are painful and that's the way it is. After being blown off for years, She finally got a doctor to take her pain seriously, and it turned out she had severe endometriosis. The surgeon said it was the worst case he had ever seen in his career, and was horrified that it had gotten so advanced with no one listening to her. Someone just told me to go have exploratory surgery for a condition that I don't have any symptoms for. It's all in your head. Every woman has ovarian cysts and they go away by themselves. 1 year later, they had grown enough to be called tumors, and a few weeks later, diagnosed with cancer. Finished chemo, and now I'm cancer-free, but my goal is to tell anyone who will listen to advocate for your own health care. You know your own body better than anyone. Listening to a chiropractor. I went in to address neck pain and walked away with a pinched nerve and in severe pain for 9 weeks. As long as you're not vomiting, your migraines aren't anything to worry about. I get a migraine multiple times a week, and while I may not always vom, I cannot live a normal life. I genuinely consider death when I get them because they're so unbearable. But they're nothing to worry about since I don't vomit every time. Haven't spoken up about them since, and that was 5 years ago. I just suffer, I guess.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.